This picture alone started it all. The concept of the Backrooms created a whole new genre of games that screams horror. You can also say that it created or at least popularized the aesthetic of liminal spaces. Liminal spaces still creep me out, but it has this comfortable feeling of being alone in a mall or an office space where I can just run around and look at everything. That's essentially what the Backrooms is, except there's a monster chasing you down. The image of the empty office space was posted on a 4chan forum by an anonymous user on the paranormal board asking for unsettling images. This forum is where we get another iconic Backrooms image. By the way, this is a fire picture and it turns out it's a real place. Located in London at the Heathrow Airport. I want to stay at this hotel at least once so I can brag about being in the Backrooms to people, but that means I have to eat British food. One of the responses for the yellow rooms was a copy pasta that later iconized the idea of an extra dimensional region where huge stretches of unoccupied rooms are accessible by no clipping out of reality at specific places, hence the term backroom. The copy pasta started spreading around like wildfire to other subreddits. You know, just like any copy pasta would. 23 was long and hard. Let's recunt what happening. The economy? What? Subreddit r/creepypasta then started posting stories about how the Backrooms were divided into levels, with each level having a unique design with several entities trying to stop anyone who enters from leaving. Just like SCP, the Backrooms don't necessarily have a canon story to it. It all depends on the person's interpretation of the Backroom, except the start of the Backroom is almost the same, starting with the empty yellow office space. As the Backrooms gained more popularity, a certain YouTuber named Kane Pixels made a web series dedicated to the urban legend. This web series was so big that it has 59 million total viewers. After this video, multiple small developers started working day in and day out, hoping they could perfect the idea of the Backrooms in a video game. You can almost hear all the computers being overclocked to the point that it blue screens. Numerous video game developers have been motivated by the Backrooms idea to create an interactive game that goes into this eerie and scary setting. Developers have to shape the design, atmosphere, and storytelling through empty rooms. Most of the Backroom games that I played have a really good puzzle aspect to them, and some are just JPEGs chasing you around like someone booted up Gmod and selected a custom map. One of the earliest Backroom games was called The Backroom Game. This one focused on the original creepypasta rather than the web series the majority of the games are based on. What makes it so different is that there's no monster or entity chasing you, but the sense of being lost and racing against the clock to find a way out with disturbing noises surrounding the player created the original vision of the creepypasta. This is the type of nightmare you find yourself frantically making your way through a labyrinthine maze, trying to find a way out, but every corner you turn into, it's another long hallway blocking you from finding the end. Or, you know, just a regular falling dream. Either way, I want to believe that this game paved the way for the future game. I'm not gonna go through all the Backroom games since, you know, there's like more than 100 of these stupid things. There's also this too. I'm not even gonna touch this one. Bean rooms. Now this is peak Backroom games. You can be a bean. That's it. 10 out of 10. Nothing can beat this game. As the Backroom continues to capture the imagination of creators and players alike, its influence on video games is likely to grow and create amazing games. Two of those amazing games are Escape the Backrooms and Inside the Backroom. These titles completely play different to one another. Escape the Backrooms thrive off of entities and puzzles, while the other game heavily focuses on map layout and the atmosphere of the area. If you played both of them, you can tell how different both of them play too. I'm gonna be honest real quick, Inside the Backrooms was really fun, but holy crap, is the sewer level the worst one they've ever created. I can't stop getting killed by these giant rats in Spawn and they never leave you alone.
This way. This way. This way.
Other than that, the game includes suits and documents that are required to advance to the next level. There are 5 levels total. 5 levels seem short, but like I said before, the developers focus on engagement and level building so that it feels like a 10-hour game. Every level is enormous, has unique riddles and dynamics, and is meant to be harder than the one before it. Additionally, there are 2 hidden mini levels that will take you to a hidden ending. Overall, it's a pretty good game. Now, the big boy, Escape the Backrooms, is by far the best interpretation of the Backrooms. It consists of more than 20 levels with each having a special way to escape. Similar to the other Backrooms game, there are tedious levels like the underground dogs, but the thing that makes this game so challenging is having all 4 players reach the exit of each level. There have been so many times my teammates die right before reaching the exit, especially the levels that crouching is a must since one glitch or misstep can aggro the whole room of monsters. Ruining the flow of the game makes me want to smash my computer monitor. Alright, enough of the multiplayer games. The current single player game that all the gooners are talking about is the Classroom. Wow, I know, very creative and different type of game, huh? What makes this game so popular is their entities rather than the map layout and puzzles like the rest of the games. Like, let's be honest for a second, this game looks scuffed as hell and cheap, but hey, if the gameplay is better than the graphics, I can't complain. I can't play the Classrooms because I'm a little baby when it comes to scary single player games. The creature that made this game famous is this strange snake with a massive head and large eyes. It chases you around and makes your asshole pucker each time you turn to check whether it's still staring at you. There's nothing else to this game except funny moments you can get using the mic feature trying to avoid making noises to get killed. Also, it's relatively new, so it doesn't have a lot of content right now. This can't be a Backrooms video without Roblox.
In life you have roadblocks.
I always have to tie a creepypasta or horror game to Roblox, like how they have almost every single popular game down to the mechanics. It's like they copy and paste it to work with the Roblox engine. If you think Steam has an insane amount of shovelware, well, you would be surprised to find more of these garbage games in Roblox. The majority of these shovelware games are just a way to farm Robux from these poor little kids. Anyways, the reason why I'm bringing shovelware up is because there are like only 3 good backroom games, whereas Steam has a good amount of them. There's also this. Paraphobia is one of the most played backroom experiences in Roblox that has somewhat of a story behind it with nice running sequences between the rooms, making players scared for their life running away from something that is actively trying to murder you. Parkour is also present in the game, and this was a pain in the ass at first.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Can you make that?
They later changed it to make it easier on players. Honestly, I'm tired of all these stupid Roblox developers making the games easier than they were before. I get that kids nowadays can't use their brains to make a connection on how to beat the level, but come on, that's what made the experience worth it. Another Roblox experience that massacred their game was Shrek in the Backrooms. At first, the game seems like a kill Shrek minigame, but after you beat the first section, Shrek never appears again, and it becomes a way darker and harder game. Until, you know, they had to dumb it down for players, and there are arrows leading you to the exit rather than finding it yourself. I appreciate Roblox's interpretation of the Backrooms. Roblox developers amaze me with what they can do. The Backrooms have left an inevitable mark on the world of video games, influencing design, atmosphere, and storytelling. Its blend of the familiar and the uncanny has inspired developers to create immersive horror experiences that emphasize environmental storytelling and procedural generation. The community-driven nature of the Backrooms phenomenon has also encouraged collaborative approaches to game development, resulting in dynamic and evolving digital worlds. Even with the explosion of liminal spaces, empty corridors, pools, classrooms, hotels, and parking lots. There's always a tie back to the backrooms, be it by playing other games like Minecraft or Super Mario 64. The feeling of eeriness, nostalgia, sadness that elicit responses both comfort and unease will automatically make people remember about the backrooms. As the backrooms continue to capture the imagination of creators and players alike, its influence on video games is likely to grow. By transforming mundane spaces into sources of existential horror, the backrooms has not only enriched the horror genre but also opened new avenues for creativity and innovation in game design. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you want more of these half-assed videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. See ya.